Okay, so last piece of the puzzle is to make up a left down foot bracket. So apologies, I know it looks like a cock, but it is what it is. So anyway, this is where it's going to mount. So it's going to go onto there, into that hole at the top you can see there, and then we've got another 6mm hole in the engine casing itself. So we'll have to machine up some standoffs to obviously get it away from the frame, because that you can see there it doesn't sort of line up. So we'll get that sorted out and get it made out of aluminium in a bit. So I've just popped the bolts in there just to take the measurements and obviously make sure it fits correctly. Last thing I'm going to be doing is drilling loads more holes in your aluminium piece. So yeah, just got those about right. So now we'll just transfer this onto the aluminium and get doing some more cutting. So that's the rough cutout done. So we'll put the flappy paddle sander on the grinder. Trim up the edges, then we'll hit it with some sandpaper just to try and get rid of some of these marks, etc., make it look a bit nicer. And then I've centre punched the holes, as you can see there and there, so we'll get those drilled out to the correct size. And then we need to put some holes in here for the foot peg spacing, so I'll probably put a couple of or 3 holes in there just to give me a bit of you know, movement backwards and forwards to see what feels comfortable on the bike. So I've just given it an initial sand with some 80 grit sandpaper. Just, you know, there's a few marks to get out of it, so a couple there, obviously those are all centre punch marks. Got a few marks there to try and sand out and get it looking half sensible. And then we'll once we've got it looking about right, we'll yeah, jump on the hole cutter and go from there. Right, so there it is, mocked up in position. The bolt holes line up, as you can see. Excuse these crappy old bolts, I think it's a bit of a dishwasher actually, but anyway, yeah, so that's all fine. So what we'll do now is measure the gap for the space that we need between these two, there and down there, make something up, and then look for some suitable bolts to get it all nipped up correctly, and then look at you know, bolting a foot peg up there. But these you can use Supermoto foot pegs like that. You know, these are like £7 for a pair off eBay, so I'll probably get something like that, unless I've got something in the box just for now. But yeah, I'll probably get a set of these, I think, for it. Maybe nice anodised blue, who knows. So yeah, we'll get on and do the spacers next, and then find a foot peg. So that's the bottom, and there we go, the bottom spacer and the top spacer done. So we've got a bit of clearance for the bolt behind the, you know, where the foot peg's got to be bolted through from this side to that side. So yeah, just need to sort a foot peg now, and then whip the carb off, get a bolt through this way, nylock on that end, cut it flush so it's nice and smooth, not jagged, because your boot will be along there, and then get a proper Allen key bolt for this bottom one there as well. Okay, so there it is, pretty much finished. So I've got the spacers up, chopped a bolt down so it's all nice and smooth, cut a bolt down for that bottom spacer there, so that's all nice and solid now. So I just need to I was going to modify an old foot peg that I had, but it's not going to look particularly neat, so I've got a spare one I've lent a mate, so I'm going to grab that back of him. It's a foldable alloy one, so I just need to put that 6mm bolt through one of these holes, and then it's ready for a test. I've given the carb a rebuild as well, because that was messing about a bit. It was only running on choke properly at the weekend, so I've had the carb apart, and there's a little bit of crud in the pilot jet, so just fired that out with some brake cleaner and we should be good to go. So yeah, that's the last thing to do, whack a foot peg on it, and then we can go and try and do some skids. That's the plan. Anyway, pretty pleased with how it's turned out. Looks quite snazzy for a bit of old crappy checker plate. So watch this space. As soon as I grab a foot peg, I'll do the final video, and then hopefully next time you'll see me whizzing around a field on it, fingers crossed. Right, cheers guys, and I'll catch you soon. Right, so I found a way to make this work. So I've hammered a flange nut into this cylinder or tube or foot peg, and yeah, ran a bolt all the way through, and found a little rubber bung for the end, so it all looks quite neat and tight. It's all thread locked up, so we'll call that finished. I might deanodise this with some you can do it with what's the word I'm trying to think of, yeah, drain cleaner. You know, you can get the anodising off of these, or I might just get it on the buffing wheel and get it silver, because it stands out a bit being red. But anyway, that's just minor details. The main thing is that it's working now, and we'll fire it up and give it a test. there we go. I've given that a clean and polish as well, got rid of the anodising. So yeah, we'll just leave that red bit on there, it's not too bad, that'd be quite difficult to clean off, to be fair. So yeah, just a little 5-minute job, bit of polish. Looks alright, and it's a bit less in your face now when the covers are on. So what we'll do now is the bike's pretty much finished. I'll give it a quick clean because it's got a bit of dust and crap on it. So yeah, we'll get it outside and put the covers on and take a few photos and show you the finished article. Right, here she is, all finished and ready to go. So just ran it up, and the cleaned carb is running well, and overall the bike's all fine. Just gave it a quick test run down the lane and forgot these things don't have brakes, do they? So that was a bit interesting trying to stop. So yeah, just wanted to say a big thanks to Trevor Stewart for his help and advice, and the rest of the GT140 lads on the Facebook group. You've all been brilliant since I joined with all my newbie questions. Hope you've enjoyed the build. I've really enjoyed doing it, so hopefully you've enjoyed watching it as well. A few thank yous really, so thanks to Trevor Stewart, thanks to my dad for his welding and machining and general awesomeness, and thanks to my friend and sponsor Crispin, who helps us out with my racing throughout the year, so big thanks to you for that. And hopefully you can come and watch us have a go on this as and when we can get to some race meetings. So next step is to give it a shakedown test next weekend, all being well, and then go and book in for a race meeting. So really looking forward to meeting all the other Grasstrack lads and the GT140 boys and bashing bars with you, and hopefully having some good fun on this on track. So thanks for watching and see you soon.